Hello and welcome to the Scale Modelling Cafe. Welcome to this week's update. I've not been very well this week and ended up having a few days off work, but feeling much better now, which is great. Anyway, channel update then. What's been going on? How can I describe it? Yeah, the debrief from the little Edward 109. That seems to have gone down well, as has the compilation video, if you like, with just some music of the Armour Hurricane. So what I'm going to do is going forward is I'm going to do more of those just when things are a bit quiet. I'm going to take an old project that's been up on the channel and just condense it down into about 30 minutes or so with some final reveal shots at the end, just to music. No narration or anything like that, because it's all contained in the sort of full breakdown instructional part. So it's not going to replace those videos. It's just a bit of entertainment, if you like, as opposed to education, like the fuller ones with the narrated, sort of my standard stuff. So expect more of that going forward. Tomorrow, if I can get it edited up, will be part one of this. Now, what you'll find in that, I mentioned this last time, that when I go through it and I'm listing just the one or two bits and pieces extra from the aftermarket I've got for this project, I said about the exhausts, and I couldn't find them in the box, and they're probably sat at home somewhere, but I have a solution. Number one is I've actually drilled out the kit ones and put those together, and actually they look pretty good. But a mate of mine who's been home, needed a bit of surgery. He's back, and on his way to the airport, he managed to go to the post office parcel distribution place, because I diverted it there, and he's bringing out the resin exhausts, which is really cool. Which means I'll be able to finish this before I go back. And talking of which, here it is in all its glory. Oh, got to be a little bit careful. As you can see, it's very shiny because it's had an unnecessary gloss coat. It's built, it's painted. The markings, all this is painted. There's no stencils on there yet. That is the next job. As I said, I've just done the unnecessary gloss coat. Designed and printed my own markings. I'm just wondering if the roundel's a little bit too far forward, actually. I copied the location from the painted markings, but they just appear to be a little bit too far forward, because I had to sort of shrink down the squadron markings. I've done it... And it's a bit shadow there, isn't it? Because there's no lighting there. I've done it in 72 squadron markings, which is my old squadron, my last squadron when I was in. That is an Air Force squadron. But I'm going to get a load of banter from my mates, because I seem to have done most of my time on crab squadrons. But, yeah, really pleased with how it's turned out, actually. Now, Roy Sutherland is going to moan about the colour of the red in the markings, but trust me, Roy, if you're watching this, it's RF marking red with some red brown, painted over an undercoat of red brown. It's just the camera sort of brightens the reds for some reason, but it is prototypical. The camouflage is all freehand camo. I wanted... You look at the pictures and they're pretty much a hard-edged camo, but I just prefer that softer look, if you like. This is obviously an early Spitfire, but it's going to have the 3-bladed prop, the later mast, the later pitot, the bubble canopy, not the full-blown canopy, but the sort of rounded canopy. So it's a late, early Mark 1. And yeah, I'm loving the look of this, actually. It's fantastic. As you can see, I've made lots of progress. So I'm about to do the stencils for it. One thing that I did want to mention was I had a bit of paint lifting, which was really frustrating. I didn't listen to my own advice. I said, I always say, you're really wise to degrease the model with a bit of isopropyl before you end up painting, because it will prevent lifting, especially if you're doing a lot of masking. And I didn't listen to my own advice, and the tape or the vinyl lifted up in some areas, some of the underlying paint, which is a real pain. So it's got lots of touch-ups, but actually it kind of adds to the effect, if you like, although it is frustrating. One little thing that I haven't done before is on the prop is I've done some weathering with acrylics. So taking some of the atom paints, I stippled it on with a brush on a wet surface, blended it in, and kept on going backwards and forwards with some pure black and some tire black. And it's a really nice effect. It's kind of faded the prop, but not over the top. I've done some sort of chipping as well with the sponge, with some blacks, and also obviously some metal chips, just really fine stuff. But I was really pleased with how that's turned out, and I might try that on other projects as well, not just propellers. Really pleased with how that's come out. One thing that didn't work was the metal walkway chipping here. I used the hairspray method, and I haven't done it for quite a while. And what I'd forgotten to do is, it's always a good idea, paint your silver undercoat and then put a matte varnish down and then put your hairspray down. What I had is I didn't do the matte varnish bit, and when I sprayed the hairspray, it beaded up, which is really annoying, because then when I came to chip it, I couldn't see it against the silver background, and when I came to chip it, it chips off in the little dots, which is really annoying. It's kind of what the chipping fluids do, because they don't have enough, or they have too much surface tension. So that was really annoying. So I've had to go in over the top with some sponge, and it actually looks really quite nice now, but I've had to repair it. And there's a bit of sort of texture in it, which that'll go when I do the final matte varnish, or it'll be the satin varnish. And really, really pleased. So next up for this, as I said, is going to be the stencil decals. And then I'll let those go off, and then I'll do the satin varnish over the top. Hopefully get all that done today, so over the week I can get my teeth into the weathering and get it finished. I'm hoping to get this finished by the end of this week, and if I do that, then exciting times, because I'll be able to start another project. I'm wondering if I can quickly fit in the Dora Wings Norseman before I go back. But that would mean doing it in a week. Tough. Right. I'll put this down. There we go. Yeah, absolutely loving that. And I just got a mountain of editing to do, which hopefully I'm going to be able to do while I'm away, or if not before, when I go away, and then I can bring you those parts. What I'll do also is, when I bring this home, is I'm going to package it up, and then I'm going to stick it on eBay, because this is going to be auctioned off for the girls' charity. They're fundraising for WizKids, and hopefully you'll all bid on it and raise the price up, and we'll raise as much money as we can for charity. That is the plan. Right, what have I done with my notebook? I haven't got it here. Where is it? I better left it in the living room. Right, okay, the news. See if I can do this from memory then. Right. Breaking news from, I think it was yesterday, was Revell have announced a 32nd scale Meteor F8. Now, years ago, about 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they announced Mark 1/3 Meteor, and it never came to pass. And I think going to the Mark 8 is a really good strategy, because you're really limited for markings for the Mark 1/3. There was the white one, wasn't there? And then there's the standard day fighter camouflage, and that's about it, and just 1 or 2 squadrons. Was it 616? I think off the top of my head. But by doing the F8, there's so many different marking options because it was a bit of a mainstay in that. In that early post-war period. And I had a chat a few months ago now with Luke. He of Airfix, the old researcher. He's moved across to Revell, and he's spoken to quite a few of my friends, just with a bit of a questionnaire, because his aim is to try and improve Revell, and kudos to him. And the subject of this did come up. It was discussed, and he said one thing that he wants to improve with Revell is not just announcing something in the ether and then it never comes to fruition, is do sort of a sensible announcement when you know it's coming. That's one of the things. So fair play to Luke, and fair play to Revell. So that's that new tooling. Trumpeter / Hobby Boss, I think it's Hobby Boss. The 48th scale 109 E3 is out, and that looks really nice. Fully riveted, so hooray. Accuracy wise, no idea. No doubt the 109 Arati are going to be all over that with the red lines, but fair enough. It looks like a nice model, and actually their 109s seem quite accurate from what I can see. But feel free to shoot me down in flames in the comments below. They've also announced the B24. That's out now. The B24D, it's covered in rivet, so hooray. And I know there's one or two shape errors with that, but I'm assuming fewer, because with the J, there was a few around the nose and the turrets and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, this hasn't got it. It's got the early sort of birdcage one. One thing, though, is the box art is really, really dull. Just a couple of B24s in just plain olive drab draining around, which is a bit weird. But anyway, that's out now. And, right, what else was it? There's one in particular, but I want to save that till the end. And I can't think of anything else. So, I really should have brought my thing in, shouldn't I? Sorry about this. It's very unprofessional. Laminar Flow Designs. My 148 scale Mark 14 conversion, I think, has been delivered, actually. And that is really exciting. That is going to be the first project when I get back. So I'll do an inbox review, and then I'm going to build that. I've got a decal sheet, although I'm going to be spraying most of the markings, but I've got a decal sheet ready for that as well. And really excited to do that. I'm going to do it in the Southeast Asia, probably same camouflage as this, but with a medium sea grey with the white stripes over the wings. Excuse me. Oh, just had my lunch. And the reason I bought the decal sheet is because all I needed was the 17 Squadron sort of gauntlet fist thing on the nose, because it was post-war, and but I could really get my teeth into weathering on that. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to buy another set at some point to do the cut-down version with the bubble canopy, because I want to do that in a similar sort of scheme, and I think that would be really nice. But what I do need to do is I need to buy another Mark 8 for the wings, Edward kit. I've already got the Mark 16 for the fuselage. And what Matthew has announced, that hopefully by the end of the month will be a Spitfire 5B trop conversion for the Kotare Spitfire. So the Mark 5A is out very soon, and this will enable you to model the 5B and the 5B trop, which I know is a lot of people can't wait. Now, whether Kotare are going to do a tropical version or not, we don't know. He's not doing a 5C conversion for the Kotare kit, but he is for the Tamiya kit. So if you want a 5C, you can get that one with the Tamiya Mark 9, which is the cheapest out there. I've seen it on eBay for £89 delivered, which is not that much more than the Kotare Spitfire. So I'm definitely going to get one of those. I don't know which one I'm going to get yet, the 5B or the 5C. What I don't want to do is start cutting up wing panels to then fit resin replacement bits in. So I'm kind of leaning towards the 5C, if I'm honest. Either way, I'm going to do one, and I'm going to do it in Malta camouflage, because those camouflage schemes are really awesome, and you can really get your teeth into the weathering. Obviously, I did the dual ones, the Edward ones in 48 scale, and yeah, there's just a plethora of really awesome schemes. In fact, I think Freight Dog have just announced a new decal sheet for Malta Spitfires as well in 32nd scale. So how cool is that? And I think I'm at the end of the news, which means I'm at the end of this week's update. So keep your eyes out on the channel. Lots coming. And right, I'm going home in a couple of weeks. When I come back out with me, I'm going to resist bringing too much stuff out with me, but I am going to bring that laminar flow design conversion set and the Edward kit out because that is going to be first up, definitely. And there we are. I think I'm going to leave it there, because I think I'm going to go and start doing some stencils now. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on the progress. Pop over to the Facebook page, and you'll see the progress on this Spitfire as I go along, and that'll advertise what else is coming up on the channel. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.